I'm Taiba Anwar, and today, on behalf of my group, I'll be sharing with you our research on antimicrobial resistance and its global impact. Start with the introduction of the problem, its geographical impact, the least and most affected areas, recommendations for these areas, and the ethical issues which may arise, followed by regulatory challenges, and HSY graduates and their role in controlling AMR. Antimicrobial resistance, or AMR, is rapidly gaining strength. Healthcare professionals, policymakers, and public should equally be aware of the impending crisis and be ready to fight it. It happens when viruses, bacteria, and parasites can no longer respond to antimicrobial medicines. People overusing antimicrobial is one of the leading reasons for the increase of drug-resistant pathogens, and as a result, it has become very difficult to treat life-threatening diseases which can lead to death. AMR does not discriminate and affect millions of people all over the world, but the country most affected is India with 57.1% and least impacted is Iceland with 3.5%. The crisis of AMR is worsening and has become a major public safety problem in India and China. It seriously endangers human and animal health and ecological environment. Surging consumption and irrational use of antimicrobials are the main causes of resistance, along with poor wastewater treatment facilities, increasing pharmaceutical and hospital waste. Massive use of antibiotics in agriculture also to stimulate growth and prevent illness also facilitates it. India and China's massive international commerce also facilitates the global spread of resistant microorganisms. Public education about the severe consequences of AMR can help in fighting the menace at the basic level. There should be increased surveillance and tracking of antibiotic usage and resistant trends more closely. Strengthening of regulations while implementing guidelines for the prescription and usage of antibiotics in both human and agriculture should be done. The lowest impacted countries of Iceland with an average of 3.5% and Netherlands at 5.2% should support the developing nations in putting strong measures in place to stop the development of AMR. They should also take global initiatives while constructing focused efforts to educate the public about AMR and the value of appropriate use of antibiotics. As far as ethical issues are concerned, the importance of antibiotics in modern medicine and the moral obligation to control prescribing them go hand in hand. The dilemma of AMR not only concerns the present human and animal population as well as the future ones. The lack of effective laws in India and inaccurate and manipulated reports by the hospitals are a big factor in increasing the incidence of AMR. In Iceland, there are no guarantees that all different groups and healthcare organizations will work together efficiently. When we talk about the regulation challenges in India, there is absence of effective laws and rules in India that makes it very difficult to monitor the pharmaceutical businesses and reduce the incidence of AMR. Also, there is many manipulated reports which may be generated to appease the pharmaceutical sectors. For supporting developing nations in combating AMR, there can be challenges in cooperation between different government agencies, healthcare providers, and organizations. And these could encounter rejection from the industries that can be affected if AMR is to be controlled. For educating people, the challenge now is to enforce and create regulations to integrate knowledge of AMR into schools, universities, and healthcare facilities. World Health Organization Global Action Plan on AMR recommends that countries should include these topics in schools in order to promote a better understanding and awareness of the issue. And HSY graduates can mitigate the risk and identify the risk identified and legalization challenges by reviewing the legal requirements to stay up to date with various restrictions and legal frameworks. And they can ensure that consistent ethical standards and other requirements are applied in various areas. In conclusion, I would like to say that educating healthcare professionals, policymakers, and public about the critical issue of antimicrobial resistance is the need of the hour. The current state of AMR, its implications, and the necessary steps to combat this should be researched thoroughly and the recommendations adapted. Thank you very much for your time.